Command interface initiated.
So since we're starting out with a solo duel, I thought it'd be fun
What a wonderful fucking planet.
to take our sniper artillery Shadowhawk and have some fun with this and see what we can do with an artillery mech to win a solo duel.
Alright, let's get down to it.
So I thought this would be fun to give a try. Alright, so tricky thing here is we're going to be using our artillery. Right, so we gotta get creative on how we can use artillery to win this duel. Alright, we got a 60-ton mech we're up against, so from a tonnage standpoint, we're pretty equal. Alright, we got a quick draw. Alright, so this works to our favor because we have plenty of Inferno ammo. And the enemy is an energy build.
I'm on the clock. What do you want? Alright, let's get
So we
down
should
to
be
it.
able to do Inferno damage over time. And we should have some success here. So let's go ahead and shoot some Inferno into this quick draw, trying to cause some heat damage. Alright, he's already over the red line. So instantly he's going to be limited by how much fire he can send at us without causing himself structural damage. Alright, he still went for an alpha strike there, which means he shut down.
I'm on the clock. What do you want? Alright, let's get
Relatively
down
simple
to it.
situation here. Alright, we're gonna put another round of Inferno into him. We should be able to hit him directly here. We'll go for the head.
One attitude adjustment coming.
And we missed. That was unfortunate. Alright, so he's trying to
What do you want?
restart himself. Alright, let's do a precision strike here. We will actually go for the head this time. Thank you everybody for joining our stream. Starting out with a solo duel just to get things started here. Using my sniper artillery
People enjoying this line of work.
Shadowhawk here in this duel. Just for fun.
I'm on the
Purely
clock.
for
What do you
fun.
want? Alright, let's get down to it.
We're just literally just gonna see how hot we can make this quick draw here. We're only gonna use Inferno and we're just gonna keep hitting him
One attitude adjustment coming right up.
until he kills himself, probably.
I can see why people enjoying this line of work.
Alright, let's see if he does a full salvo again. Yep. Which means he's probably gonna shut himself down here. Yep. And he kills himself. Easiest kill ever.
Mission successful.
That was just a funny thing to do. Just, can we get the enemy just to kill itself from heat? Alright, that cost us 6,000 in ammo, but we got 120,000 out of the mission. We get a quick draw part. And we pretty much get everything. So that was just a kind of a fun way to start the stream today. I did talk to the developers of this mod yesterday about the fact that we've seen mechs consistently commit suicide by overheating. And they're aware that that's an issue, but no, not too many people are really complaining about it because obviously it benefits the players. All right, so let's see. We got a biological sample. That looks like a good opportunity for us. All right, so our artillery Shadowhawk. We've got our 4H. We have our new energy build Blackjack, which is working out really well for us, so we'll definitely take that. We've got a lot of mechs that are being upgraded right now, so our choices are a little limited here. So we'll do take this Centurion, and we'll go ahead and take the Firestarter Omni B. Alright, let's take our pilots. So we're definitely going to put our Energy Master into our Blackjack. Thanks everybody for joining us this morning. Just getting ready to drop for a launch here. So where's our Shadowhawk with the MRMs? Should be this one. So we'll put Bloody Doves in there because he's a Missile Master. And we'll put Tex in our other Shadowhawk because he's a AC Master. Alright, and we'll put Scrub in our Firestarter Omni as our sensor locker. And let's see, Saberwolf. And we're trying to level up some of our lower level pilots here. So let's go ahead and we'll take Wolfbanes as a trainee. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to take one lower level pilot for each mission so we can over time level up our pilots, because with the much more challenging injury system that has been put in with the latest update, injuries are more frequent and they're more severe. So and that's probably pretty realistic. If you look at Battletech lore, it was very unusual for pilots not to suffer some sort of injuries, whether it was heat exhaustion, minor injuries while they fight their match, fatigue, etc., etc. So I think the new system does work. I do like the fact that you get an injury based on where your mech is hit. So for example, if you get hit in your head, you could suffer a head injury. If you get hit in the leg, you could get a leg injury. So I think that's just kind of an interesting take on things.
This is a great spot.
Alright, so we got to secure
really great
the facility to select the sample case. This is a collection mission. Secure the secondary facility to rescue the operatives. Okay, so we have a target zone here and a target zone here. Alright, and it looks like we have Panther, a Vulcan, and a Wolverine. So nothing that we shouldn't be able to handle here. So one thing we can do is we can have our Firestarter, since it's our fastest mech, we will send that to work on securing the secondary objective. Right, he's got a good opportunity to do some damage to the rear of this Wolverine, which he misses completely, except at least he got his tag, which is the most important job that Firestarter has, is to give us tags. Alright. We'll use the rest of our Lance to actually go after the primary objective.
For having all the armor.
And that should work out well. How's everybody doing this morning? It's Sunday morning here. Obviously, it's a different time wherever you are. But excited to spend a couple hours playing with you guys. So, alright, so we can get some good shots on the rear of that Wolverine or the Vulcan. Yeah, hit percentages dictate that we'll shoot the Wolverine here. We'll use Battle Lord to increase our damage and accuracy. And boom, there goes the Wolverine. That was pretty easy. We clearly hit some ammo there.
Leak, watch over.
So that was pretty simple. Alright, most dangerous enemy so far is off the board. That's good. Once again, if anybody wants to say hello in the chat, has any thoughts, comments, input, all those things are welcome. All right, let's push up our sniper blackjack. And alright, let's try to take advantage of the fact that we've got some nice shots on this Vulcan. Even though it's evasive, we have a good hit percent chances because we're on top of the hill. So there goes the Vulcan. Lost a leg, so there goes a lot of his evasive abilities. He can still jump, but him losing that leg is going to make destroying him pretty simple. Especially when he jumps and knocks himself down, which is classic.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright.
Alright, let's
Keep
down
pushing
to
our
it.
way down to the first objective. Alright, we have an opportunity to get this Vulcan while it's down on the ground. Not too worried about salvage on a Vulcan, so we'll just go for the center torso.
One attitude adjustment.
One of the things I enjoy about this mod is the developers play with an open hand as far as what they're doing with future developments in the mod. In interacting with the developers last night, I found out that they are looking at tweaking the called shot ability, the precision strike ability,
What do you want?
in such a way that you will still have the ability to do precision strike, but it's just going to increase your chances of a hit, and it will not have the ability to select where your shot is going to go. So basically you'll have a higher chance of hitting the enemy, but you can't choose where the shot is going to hit. I think it's a very interesting change in the mod, just to make things a little bit more realistic. Now he is going to develop some technologies that will allow you to restore the ability to do precision strike called shots, where you pick where your shot is going to land, just like we currently have. And the theory is that your pilots should either gain the ability to do this, like a sharpshooter ability basically, or they should get the technology to do it. So for example, let's do a precision strike here. So your chances to hit would still go up like they normally do with precision strike. But what wouldn't happen is you wouldn't be able to select where the shot goes necessarily. Which will have a big impact for people that like to go for headshots. For example, we'll go for a headshot here. Why not? On this Panther.
This should be
Okay, we didn't hit the head there, but you wouldn't have the choice of where the shot would go if you were doing the updated mod, if they enact that ability. I actually really like it.
Got something you want done?
At first, I was like, I don't know, because I was so used to having the called shot ability that not having it after using it for 3 years, would be tough. But then again, the discussion in the stream was that, well, if you think about it, called shot and precision strike are kind of like crutches that we use when we're overloaded by the enemy or overwhelmed. We will use called shots, and that makes us feel more comfortable. So the logic here is, well, maybe we shouldn't feel so comfortable. Let's go for a kick here on this locust. If a locust is going to come into melee against a lance of Shadowhawks, it's pretty much asking for us to do. Alright, there goes a leg on the locust. Thank you for joining us, Santa Claus. How are things going down under? So, one question, Santa Claus, and I have to admit that because of my age, I tend to do this sometimes. Do you get frustrated when people use some of those cliche lines about Australia? Remember those Crocodile Dundee movies and all those tourism movies where they're like, put another shrimp on the Barbie, mate, after a while it just became cliche for everyone just to assume everybody's putting shrimp on the Barbie down under. I'm sure a lot of people do, because basically it's just barbecuing, right?
Critical hit, Commander.
But I always wonder, Santa Claus, do you, as people from Australia, do you kind of cringe when you hear those cheesy lines like another shrimp on the Barbie, or from Crocodile Dundee? I'm sure there was a lot of stereotypes that were really emphasized in that movie, just because, well, movies love to go to harbor stereotypes. So I was just curious, Santa Claus, what do Australians get frustrated about some of those stereotypes you see in the movies? He just uses cliches back. So, Santa Claus, do you use cliches like fake news or some nonsense like that? I think it's all in good-natured fun. Truth of the matter is, I've only spent 2 days in Australia as a layover, and I've always regretted not spending more time there, because Australia is amazing. I did spend a lot of time in New Zealand once on a trip, but I would have loved to have spent more time in Australia. So definitely something that I think about sometimes. You know what? Let's just go for melee here on this Panther. I'm in a melee mood. Oh, head hit there. One thing you can do to save your money on ammo, obviously, is melee. Yeah, for example, Santa Claus says, how many murders do you have in America, an American town and city each day? Yeah, that's very true. We do have a lot of crime in the United States. It's not letting me go in for melee here. There we go. I'm just, if an enemy mech just wants to come in on my lance in the melee range when they're outnumbered by a significant amount, I just have to melee them. It's just silly that they choose to do this. Oh, alright, so they're going to take some cheap shots at my Blackjack's rear. I see how it's going to be.
Minor damage, Commander.
I can see why people.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, Scrub, why don't you get some vision on what we're up against here? Alright, let's stay as evasive as possible. We'll do a jump.
I copy.
Alright, let's see. We got a assassin, and a centurion, Alright, not the most exciting salvage here, but we're just getting started this morning. Alright, we got a tag on the assassin. That's always good, since they're so evasive.
Well, it looks like they know.
Hey, Death and Jest. How are you doing? It's afternoon for you, Death and Jest. Where are you located?
Ready, Commander.
Here for me, it's 6:30 in the morning. So, always excited to have people here from around the globe, so to speak. Yeah, I've had some people say that melee is now overpowered because of the fact that they've increased your ability to shoot all of your weapons. But you know, it's much more realistic. In lore, shooting your weapons as part of melee was always a thing. You know, if you're in a battle, wouldn't you shoot everything you can possibly shoot at the enemy? I mean, that just seems to be logical. Alright, let's use our sniper blackjack here. Alright. Our heat is nice and low, so let's go ahead and take some shots at this assassin at long range. Ooh, nice. That clan PPC is very nice. Oh, so Death and Jest, you're from England. We really appreciate all of our international friends that join us for our streams. Really appreciate it. So, all right, let's see. So his question is, how do you eject? So it's real simple. If you look at the screen here, you should be able to see my cursor. When you want to eject, you put your cursor over this eject button here and you press. It'll give you the option and you have to confirm it and then it will eject you. Obviously I'm not going to do that now, but yeah, that's how you eject. Alright, let's do a precision strike here. I have zero interest in salvage on a assassin, so let's just get rid of that assassin
Let's
right
see
now.
if I'm sober enough to line this up.
Oh, we missed on target. Oh, Santa Claus says, do you know one of the reasons Australia was colonized by the British was after the American Revolution that England needed somewhere to dump their convicts? Yes, that is very true.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
You know, and that's not to say that people in Australia are convicts, obviously. But yeah, it was a penal colony
Let's make some bad decisions and hide.
of the British Isles. But you have to remember, crime was very different back in those days versus in modern times. So you could get thrown in prison for adultery. You could get thrown in prison for owing money. So if you have a serious financial debt that you can't pay, they will put you into basically debtor's prison. Those were things back then. Alright, so let's do a precision strike here. Just want to get rid of this assassin here.
I'm on it.
Ooh. Oh, no problem, Death and Jest. That's what we're here for.
I can see why people.
Whether you need help with Battletech, vanilla Battletech, or Battletech Advanced, that is 100% what I'm here for. So,
On my way. Double time.
if anybody has a question about Battletech, Battletech Advanced, they can either bring it up in the chat room, or if you want to bring it up off camera, you know, let's say you're off stream and you want to shoot me a whisper, I'm always happy to try to answer your questions. That's one of the reasons I'm here.
Whatever you say, boss.
You know, this BattleTech community, it's very important that all of us work together to try to support the BattleTech community. We want it to grow. BattleTech is been out for 3 years, but it's 3 years old and going strong, thanks to the mods. So whenever we can add additional people to our gaming community, it's going to support the development of mods as the modders continue to push this game as far as they possibly can. It is my hope that in the next 2 or 3 years we'll see a true sequel to BattleTech. I'm hoping that will happen. And assuming that's the case, then BattleTech Advanced has a long history in front of it until we actually get a sequel. I do think it will happen, and part of the reason that a developer will start to build a sequel to BattleTech, if you will, is because they're going to see a vibrant community online and say, you know what, there is a market for more BattleTech games. So let's go for a headshot here on the Centurion. Oh, are we getting? Yes. All right, we hit the head. Very nice. Skewed one. Hey, I did get to sneak in here after a horrendously long shift. Greetings, Commando. I hope yesterday's stream went well after I left. Yes, it did. And I do want to give Skewed one a shout out. He did win our monthly Funko Pop giveaway. So excited to see you. And just a word about that. So our giveaway, if you follow our channel, you are entered in with 1 entry into winning our monthly Funko Pop giveaway. However, the more involved you are with our streams and our channel, the more entries that you're going to get, because we want to encourage people to be involved in our community. So Skewed one, based on his interactions and his generosity in our channels, he was given multiple extra entries into our giveaway, and as luck would have it, he won the giveaway. So congratulations for that, Skewed one. Alright, so let's do a... Alright, so we got our artillery. We don't have vision. Oh, it's because we're outside of range. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Alright, we got our fire starter there. So let's actually do a ground attack. Can we shoot here, for example? And we'll do a indirect shot into the area.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up.
Oh, that worked out pretty well.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Let's get back to some of our conversation in the chat room. Again, Death and Jess, no problem. We're always happy to help you with any questions you have with your BattleTech. That's what we're here for.
Confirmed.
Let's see. Santa Claus says indentured servants, unpaid servants, were often bought from the prisons. Yes, that's true. That is an ugly part of English history. So, when they say that people from, say, Australia came from penal colonies, while that was true, a lot of people made lots of false assumptions about their character, just because they were quote unquote in prison, quote
I
unquote.
can see why people enjoy this
When
line of
people
work.
in the English Empire could be put into prison for a wide number of reasons. All right, let's push our fire starter in to achieve the objective. And we can get some nice shots into the rear of this Shadowhawk here.
Rear armor it is.
Nice. Nothing like backstabbing. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Ready, Commander.
Unless it's happening to me, and then I just say it's, that's so cheap.
Rob love.
It's always one-sided. So a skewed one, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but a skewed one is one of the people on the front lines of coronavirus in a testing facility. So we really appreciate you. How are things going in the testing labs? Don't want to
Send me a message.
ask you anything that you can't share, but obviously we're seeing record highs in the United States with respect to the coronavirus. It's been
Time to fly.
kind of put on the sideline just because of what's going on with the American elections, but it's a serious problem that we all are facing right now with COVID. I know. Death and Jest, you guys are currently on a lockdown in the UK,
Tell me what
correct?
to shoot.
All right. So sorry about the bot that's in the chat.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
It'll go away eventually. I've seen a big increase in the number of bots that we have showing up in Twitch. It's just kind of a natural progression as people are trying to find ways
Let's see if I'm
to use the platform for nefarious ways. I had one question, guys. I'm trying to find new ways to grow the channel, and I've seen that streamers in bikinis tend to be very successful with their numbers. So I'm wondering if I should just start wearing a bikini for the streams.
Let's make some
Any
bad
feedback on
decisions
that?
at high
Might be a way to boost our numbers a little bit. Let's see. Skewed One says it's been keeping us very busy in terms of volume. That's testing. For a short while, things were slowing down, but our volume has gone up. Hence, long shifts. Yeah, Skewed One. I think the whole world is going to be facing a lot of challenges over the holidays. I would not be surprised, to be honest with you. Let's see. Let's do a shot on the Centurion here so we can get as many mechs into this fire as possible. I think we're going to have a very challenging holiday season. Probably not for
Double time.
our friend Down Under, because they've actually done a great job of dealing with Corona. But as far as the United States and Europe, I think we are going to have a rough holiday season. I fully expect that we're going to see significant shutdowns during the holidays. Death and Jest says, just the other day when I said a mech had tank damage, it means I had to take it right down to 0 armor and structure before it died. Yeah, I've seen that happen. I would say the pilots are less prone to ejecting recently with the latest update. Death and Jest says, I've been on the first furlough until August when I was made redundant. I work for a fish wholesale company, so no work.
Ready,
Oh,
set it
that's...
on.
I really hate to hear that, Death and Jest. Now, obviously anybody who is dealing with financial problems right now due to Corona, obviously that's a horrible situation. Now, Death and Jest, if I'm not mistaken, the United Kingdom does provide some financial support to people who are out of work due to COVID. Is that correct?
Ready, Commander.
I think one of the things that the European countries do a very good job with is providing a much better safety net than the United States does for financial hardships, whether it's medical issues or employment issues. I think let's use our battle lord here. I think the United Kingdom does a much better job of protecting or helping its citizens than the United States. Let's do precision strike here. So hopefully, Death and Jest, you have some support to get you through this troubled time.
Good to go.
You know, some of us are dealing with it more than others. I'm very fortunate in the fact that my day job is not really impacted by COVID, but I'm very aware that I'm fortunate, and a lot of people are really suffering these days.
Affirmative.
Oh, okay. So Australia did the same thing with giving financial support. Death and Jest said he's lucky that he has a great welfare system,
What do you want?
and I think that's very helpful. The United States did one round of financial support, and then due to political issues internally, and the fact that some people were believing that COVID did not exist, there wasn't as much financial support after that initial push in the United States. I do think that when our president-elect does become president, there will be a push in the United States to provide some real solutions to COVID and hopefully provide some better financial support.
What do you want?
But here in the United States, I think we have the problem that
All right, let's get down to it.
with a lame duck president that's really focused on his own issues right now, I don't know how much as a country the United States is going to be doing to really combat COVID until January. Unless it's addressed on the state levels. Now, one thing I will say, and I don't want to get into a big political discussion here, but now that President Trump has lost a lot of his political strength, hopefully some of the local state governments will be in a position where they feel like they can actually do what they need to do to combat COVID on a state level without worrying that the president is going to attack them publicly. If governments want people to stay home, they need to support them. I agree with that completely. My Death and Jest says my wife works in a school kitchen, so she's fine no matter what happens. So that's good. So Death and Jest, what is school like now? Does your wife give you any insight as far as what school is like for her on a daily basis? I live in California and in the United States, and we have not had any actual students that are going to class. They're all going to school virtually. So I'm very curious about what school is like in some areas where they've actually have pretty much business as usual as far as schools, other than normal safety precautions. So I'd love to hear those of you that have any insight about what school is like in a COVID world. That would be interesting to me. Also interesting to me, let's see if we can finish off this Centurion here. We should get some decent salvage out of this mission. Just to give everybody an FYI, I have a challenge putting together mechs, which is making this a very long playthrough because I require in my rule selection that I get 5 pieces of a mech before I can build a mech. So, we're really overheating here. Let's go with the 1 PPC shot. So it takes me a long time to put together mechs because there's so many different variants out there right now. Let's see. The Skewed One says, I wish the state had a level. And 2 days before lockdown started here, our government was posting pictures celebrating how packed places were. Yeah, well, I mean, the Skewed One, our local government officials have so many things that they need to face right now that it's really hard to criticize them because they have to keep the economy going and they have to try to get rid of this virus. So, I mean, it's tough. I would not want to be a local government official right now because you're going to get a lot of criticism from both ends. Death and Jest says, my daughter is at school at the moment, limited to 1 or 2 classrooms per year.
I'm on the clock. What do you
Okay.
want?
Kids are fine. They have a higher chance of being hit by lightning than getting sick. Well, that's true. I mean, even if
All right. Let's
kids
get
do
down to
get
it.
sick with COVID, their actual chances of a serious illness are very low, as we all know. But the real concern is that they'll spread it to loved ones who have medical issues. That's really it comes down to.
Well, we needed salvage anyway.
I share my house with somebody that is very high risk, so we have to live ourselves as if we almost have to assume everybody is sick and act accordingly. So that's kind of the life that I'm living right now. So we hardly ever see anybody except immediate friends and family. I also haven't been into the office, quote unquote office, since February. But I actually spent most of my time working remote before COVID, so it's not that big of a change for me. All right, we've got a death from overheating.
Orders.
Okay, so let's do a... Ooh, we can do a nice jump into the end, the backside of this Shadowhawk, and that should finish this guy off.
Firing a full salvo.
There we go. Mission successful.
Enemy down.
All right, thanks for everybody's help on that mission. All targets eliminated.
Mission
And
successful.
I really enjoy the conversation in the chat room. You know, if we want to talk about COVID, we could talk about COVID. I like to avoid politics as much as we can, just because here in the United States, 52% of America believes one thing and 47% of America believes another. And I'd like to keep my audience. So we can certainly keep politics out of it, but I'm happy to talk about COVID. We can also talk about Battletech, of course. That's what we're here for. Speaking of which, I don't think we took a little armor damage, but we didn't take any structural damage on that mission. So that was pretty much as close to a flawless victory as we can get. So Death and Jest says, this year in the UK, the death rate is average. So there's been no surge in deaths, no matter what the media will tell you. Okay, well, I mean, I think, you know, the big thing is the government really is in a real catch-22. And what that means is they're in tough... Ooh, let's take this Ultra Cannon 5. They're in a tough spot because... let's see. You know what? I'm interested in taking some components. We'll probably get some mech parts regardless, so let's look at components here. See if there's rocket launcher 20. Yeah. Medium pulses. Alright. There was a large chemical laser. That's kind of interesting. I'll take the large chemical laser. Alright, so we got the Assassin, Centurion, Locust, Shadowhawk, Vulcan, Wolverine. Not bad salvage there. You know, it's really hard for government officials right now because they are constantly tugged between stopping the virus and keeping the economy going, and both of those are equally important. But really, in my view, the perfect situation is to have everyone use their own logic to minimize their personal chances of getting sick while trying to keep the economy and society working as much as they can. So, you know, if everybody would wear a mask, wash their hands, and use social distancing and really limit their interaction with other people than their immediate family, then I think there is a pathway for, even if it takes a while to get rid of this virus, to try to get us as close to normal as possible. Death and Just says, my only comment on the election in America is my American friends are stocking up on ammo for the next 4 years. I know Death and Jest, your concern, the concern here in the United States is that there's going to be pushed for gun control, and I think reasonable gun control is viable. I'm a gun owner myself, and I support that, but I do think there is the ability to do things like better background checks to control the improper use of firearms. But one thing that President Trump did succeed in is he did put a Supreme Court in place that's really going to stop any strong efforts of controlling gun control. The Supreme Court has the ability to stop any law through appeal that will infringe on your rights to bear arms, including ammunition sales and weapon sales. And I do think that the Supreme Court is in a position where they can basically say, because in the Constitution, and I don't want to make this an overly political discussion, it does say that your rights to bear arms shall not be infringed in any way. Obviously, as a society, we have infringed on some of those rights. So, arguably, I think any law against gun control could be argued as being unconstitutional. But that's a discussion for another day. So let's do a raiding party here in the desert. That should be fun. All right, we don't have any injuries. We don't have any damaged mechs, so let's deploy. All right, Death and Jest says, this year in the UK, the death rate is average. Okay, we already talked about that. Death and Jest says, my only comment on the election... Okay, Death and Jest says, if they crack down on hand washing and mask wearing, I would be fine with that. As I worked in good supplies, I was well used to washing my hands a lot. That's correct, because Death and Jest was around food supplies. So anybody who works in the food industry knows that you wash your hands continuously. You also wear gloves where appropriate. There are really simple measures that most people can use to avoid getting sick from COVID-19. But unfortunately, there are people in our society who do not want to take those precautions. Hopefully, with the political climate changing here in the United States, I'm hoping that wearing a mask will no longer be a political statement. It will be a statement of goodwill to your fellow man, basically saying, you know what, I care enough about you as a human being to protect you in the event that I'm sick. And that's really what I think mask wearing comes down to.
Command
It's
interface
really about
initiated.
courtesy to our fellow man. Yes, they're uncomfortable. Yes, they don't feel good. They make you hot. But at the end of the day, if wearing a mask can save a life, then I think wearing a mask is a small price to pay. Personally, that's my personal belief. But let's get into BattleTech here. Okay, so we've got a enemy force to destroy,
Well,
and
this is a
we're on the
hell
high
of a-
ground. So this is going to be
Yes, Commander.
like shooting ducks right here. This is going to be shooting ducks. All right, so let's get in
Confirmed.
with our fire starter as our scout. All right, we got an Atlas. Oh boy, this is the first assault that I've seen in this playthrough. So we have an Atlas. We've got a point defense vehicle. I've never seen that before. I'm assuming this point defense vehicle has AMS. Let's see. So it has AMS, machine guns, and a mortar. Okay, that's an interesting vehicle. I've never seen that before. We have a Poe heavy tank. We have this beautiful Atlas. All right, so let's get a tag on this Atlas first and foremost. All right, Death and Jest says if they crack down on washing hands and masks, he would be fine with it. Yep, all right, I already read that comment. All right, so what does everybody think about taking on this Atlas? Because it's definitely above my weight range here. Let's see. I think we should try to take out this AMS vehicle. I've never been against one of those before. I haven't seen that vehicle before either, the skewed one. Now back to mechs, Death and Just said, still on my second playthrough, had a bad mission and stuck with it when I should have left. 3 dead mech warriors and a wreck mech means I learned the lesson. Yeah, Death and Jest. Now, one thing I like to do is, and this is something I would like to get everybody's feedback on, sometimes you're faced with an impossible situation. Let's do Battlelord here. And you just have severe losses. So sometimes you just have to do a reload. There's nothing wrong with that. Or if you want to play it true to the vest, and I've done this before, and I know some people who do this before, it's real simple. Just if you're facing a situation where you're going to lose a pilot, sometimes you just withdraw. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right, let's see what this AMS goes. Wow. Wow, so that AMS vehicle definitely is hard to hit with missiles. Now that makes sense, but it is very effective. Now the challenge is if that AMS vehicle is around, all of our mechs are going to have a hard time using missiles. So, all right, let's move our Blackjack into sniping position on the top of the hill. All right, how are we going to take this Atlas on? Oh, we got a weapons carrier. So I think what I want to do with this Atlas is try to have all of our mechs try to take out the other targets. And then I'm going to try to use my sniper Shadowhawk to keep the Atlas overheated. I think that's the best way to go here. Alright, let's take a shot at this Poe heavy tank here. I'm just trying to take targets off the field right now. That's how you get AMS to work. You put 3 AMSs on. I think the most AMSs I've ever put on a mech is oh, some smoke.
Minor damage, Commander. Nothing.
I've put
On
2.
the clock. What do you want?
I think the most AMSs I've put on a mech is 2 on any given mech. Ah, we got a spore field here.
Let's make some.
Alright, so like I said, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to use my sniper artillery to keep this Atlas overheated.
Let's see if
I
I'm
think
smart
that's
enough to line
our
this up.
best solution here, is to use sniper artillery
Receiving you.
to do as much damage as possible to the Atlas, and then have all of our other mechs focus on taking out the other enemies. Because I really want to maximize salvage on this enemy here. So we have mobile artillery here. We're definitely going to take a shot at that. That's a really big threat right there, is that mobile artillery. You know, you could argue that the lowest threat here from a firepower standpoint is the Atlas. What is that graphical effect? I think you're talking about the smoke there. So one of the enemy vehicles has a mortar that I believe they're using for smoke rounds.
Minimal damage.
Death and Jest says stuck with it and now in a better place. I have one lance of medium and heavies plus a training lance of medium and light and medium. Yep, that's a good way to go, Death and Jest. One thing that people make the mistake with, the Atlas overheated, that's good. One of the things that people make a mistake with BattleTech, especially modded BattleTech, is they assume that bigger is always better. But with BattleTech, it's absolutely the case
And I'm fucking angry.
that you want to use mediums and lights throughout your campaign. They definitely have different jobs. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can get some good shots in on this mobile assault artillery. Mobile artillery here. Alright, that's actually a pretty powerful weapon. Let's see. The skewed one says, I haven't had a long tom actually fire, so I don't know how much damage they can actually do.
Ready, Commander.
Well, let's take a look at that long tom and see. Alright, so let's push up. We need to try to take out some of these vehicles. So the long tom artillery does significant damage, but it rarely fires. So that's kind of the trick there. Is you want to destroy this thing as quickly as possible. That long tom can wreck a mech with a good shot. So it's definitely a bigger threat. This smoke is very annoying. Let me just say, that smoke is annoying. Let's try to move all of our mechs out of there.
Sprinting.
Alright, let's get rid of this artillery before it can shoot at us. I think that's a very smart idea. Alright, there goes the long tom artillery. That was arguably the most powerful weapon on the field right now. Although we have a lot of weapons carriers here that are going to be problematic. Alright, a skewed one says, I got lucky and managed to focus down on one mobile artillery the same turn it came into view. Yeah, that was definitely lucky. Alright, so we got a... Can I get my Gauss rifle? I want to get rid of that AMS vehicle because it's going to be a real headache. I don't have a shot yet. Alright, so we have a pack rat, a dragon, and I guess I can shoot at the Atlas here. So let's do a shot at one of the legs of the Atlas. Why not? Might as well kick the Atlas while it's down. Right? Might as well get some damage in on it while it's overheated. Alright, that point defense weapon, as you can see, it's getting burn damage from all the fire. So that definitely helps us.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, alright.
Alright.
Alright, Tex. Alright, we want to keep this Atlas overheated. So let's do a direct shot at the Atlas. Let's go for the head. Why not go for the head here?
One attitude adjustment come right up.
Alright, that Atlas is not going to be starting up anytime soon. Alright, Death and Jest, catch you later as well. If you need any help with your playthrough,
I'm here.
please either join us on the stream, obviously, but even if you want to send me a whisper, I'm happy to give you any help that I can. Alright, let's go ahead and hit this weapons carrier while we have a chance. Oh, I should have switched to slug. That was a mistake. Alright, should have switched to slug there. I mean, the good news is we have the high ground here.
Well, it looks like
I wish the
somebody's
smoke would go
asshole.
away, because it's really irritating me. It doesn't really impact you at all. Alright, that Thunderbolt launcher needs to go away. That's a lot of Thunderbolts coming our way. We need to go... Oh! Atlas killed itself. Oh, man.
Ready for orders.
How many parts did we get? Did anybody see how many parts we got out of that Atlas? I don't think it told us. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. Alright, let's do a backstab on this AMS vehicle. Yes, this should be good. Turn off our large pulse.
Target lock on enemy's rear.
Alright, nice hits on that AMS vehicle there. Alright, I would argue that the biggest threat left on the board is that this vehicle here that has the Thunderbolt rounds.
Ready, Commander.
So we need to try to engage that as much as we can. This target right here. Let's do a precision strike. Our best case scenario is that we hit some ammo on this weapons carrier. Alright, didn't hit any ammo that round. Hopefully soon.
Watch my six.
Ooh. You backstabbed my fire starter, huh? Let's see. Oh yeah, those could be nasty. I do wish that I enjoyed using them, though. What do you wish that you enjoyed using? Sorry, I'm not getting the reference. Alright, let's keep hitting this weapons carrier here. Again, what we're trying to do here is we're just trying to get a ammo explosion
Right, Commander.
out of this carrier. There we go. Got some structural damage there. Going after our fire starter pretty hard. Alright.
I'm on the clock. What do you want? Alright.
Alright, we're really close to getting rid of this Thunderbolt launcher. Let's see if we can get a lucky shot with the Gauss rifle here. Did the Gauss not fire? Huh. I didn't see the Gauss fire there. Oh, the Thunderbolt missiles. I like the fact that they're big, but that's it. Yeah, I mean, Thunderbolts are really dangerous when they're on an enemy vehicle. That's where the real danger comes from. Alright, let's see. Alright, so can we use our sniper artillery with indirect We'll target a ground target. Put it right over that Thunderbolt launcher, and let's see if we get lucky here. Alright, so that Thunderbolt launcher, if it shoots again, is very likely to explode because it's surrounded by fire. For just about every other reason imaginable, I prefer sending out volleys. Oh, instead of having just one shot. I understand what you're saying there. Ooh, we have a good hit percent chance on this point defense vehicle. Ooh, I wish we could do multi-target here. Alright, let's go after this point defense vehicle. That's really interesting. I've never seen that point defense vehicle before. I actually would like to have a point defense vehicle in my Lance. That would be kind of cool. Oh! See what that Thunderbolt can do? It just wrecked my Centurion. Wow.
I'm losing weapon systems.
That was nasty.
Waiting for orders.
Alright. Alright, we're not playing around anymore with this Thunderbolt launcher.
Confirmed.
Alright. It's time to get rid of you.
Copy that.
Alright, there goes the Thunderbolt launcher. That was just bad luck there. We should have had an ammo explosion for all the damage that we did to that Thunderbolt launcher. So we're going to have to do some repairs to our Centurion. But then again, we're getting Atlas parts on this mission. So I'm not too unhappy about trading damage to a Centurion for Atlas parts. That's a pretty good trade.
Moving, Commander.
Ah, so I see the AI hates all Centurions, not just mine. No, the AI... I mean, Centurions are really a pretty solid mech for its tonnage. You know, it's... Would I rather have a Shadowhawk? Yes, because of the extra 5 tons. But Centurions are very solid for their tonnage. Which is why, if you look at the lore, Centurions are really held in very high regard in the novels. So, in all the BattleTech novels, there's always a couple Centurions that are mentioned during the game, the novel. At least as support mechs in the middle of a battle, they bring up Centurions fairly often. Alright. Heat is becoming a problem here. Let's hit this carrier with our ERPGCs. Alright, I was hoping for an ammo explosion there. Alright, so that point defense vehicle is using its rocket launcher after... Oh, when we lose our Centurion. That's okay.
On the clock.
I wasn't a big fan of that Centurion anyways. But we'll probably still rebuild it. That is lousy. But then again, we are getting Atlas parts on this mission, so... Alright, Skewed 1, feel free to step away. I'm going to be here for at least 2 more hours, so hopefully we'll see you when you come back. But do what you gotta do. Alright, Shadowhawk got good shot on this Poe, so let's actually use a shape charge direct and see if we can hit this Poe hard. Oh, there we go. Nice hits with that shape charge. And there goes the Poe. Very nice.
Who brings a tank to a
That was a nice shot.
Alright, Capellans.
Alright, we got an enemy dragon. Huh, it goes after our Shadowhawk there. Maybe because our Shadowhawk has the sniper artillery?
Ah,
But you would think the dragon would go after our fire starter that's now going to backstab him. Alright, so let's do a jump so we get a little bit of evasion. And we can backstab this dragon with all weapons.
I copy.
Dragons can't take that kind of damage. They have very light rear armor. So if that dragon doesn't move, our fire starter will finish it off next round.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, let's stay away from this smoke, because I hate the smoke. It's annoying. It doesn't really impact my ability to engage the enemy. It's just really annoying. Alright, let's get rid of this point defense vehicle, hopefully. This point defense vehicle has a lot of armor, too.
Dealt a heavy hit there.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, let's just get rid of this thing. Alright, point defense. You can't stop a ERPPC with point defense. Last time I checked.
Roger that.
There we go. There goes that point defense weapon.
Vehicle killed.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright.
All right, let's get down to it.
Yeah, let's get down to it. I agree, Mastermind. I could hit this dragon, but the fire starter should finish off the dragon next round. So let's just take that vehicle out. Now the only thing they have left is that
Who
dragon.
brings a tank to a mech? I'm on the clock. What do you want?
I'm sad that we lost our Centurion here on this mission. Alright, let's do another, let's do Precision Strike here. Shape Charge on one of the legs.
One enemy.
Alright, that's one way to finish the enemy off.
Obligated to inform you on paid per kill.
Alright, so the bad news is we lost our Centurion.
Mission successful.
The good news is we should get some pretty good salvage here. Question is how many parts of that Atlas did we get? If it's one part, I'm going to be disappointed. If it's multiple parts, I'm going to feel pretty happy. Alright, we got a pretty good payout on this mission, which is good because we have to rebuild a mech. Let's see what the Centurion lost. Wow, this might be too expensive to repair. We'll have to see. Alright, we got one Atlas part. That's not great. A dragon part. Ooh, Long Tom artillery. It's so big though, I don't even know what I could put it on. But it is worth a lot of money to sell, so we'll just grab that to sell if nothing else. So we got the Atlas part, the Dragon part, some AMS, Long Tom artillery, a Mortar 4. That's actually really nice. I can put that on something for sure. The Thunderbolt 10 and some ammo. Not bad. Not a bad return. Would I trade my Centurion for one Atlas part? Probably not, but those are the fortunes of war. Right? Those are the fortunes of war. So the question is, and I'll put it out to the group, is let's see how much money it's going to take for us to rebuild that Centurion. It might not be worth it. Alright, we got some Mech Warrior training to do. Alright, let's go to the Mech Bay first. Alright, do we have anything we can put together? That's always my first question. We do not. Then my next question is will the Centurion be worth repairing? This thing is wrecked pretty badly. Alright, so I have to wonder, is it worth rebuilding this Centurion? Or should I strip it and build something else? You know what? I'm gonna let the Centurion go. Confirm. Let's see, how much money can we get if we scrap the Centurion? 1.2 million C-bills for a bunch of scrap. It would probably cost me $500,000 to rebuild this. So our net is about almost 2 million. So I'm gonna scrap. Okay. Means we might be a little short-handed. Let's look at our repair tasks. So we have a couple mechs that will be ready in a day. Yeah, I think we can feel comfortable in just letting that Centurion go. Because now we have a whole lot of money, which we can use for other things. Let's advance our day. Oop, Lyrians are not happy with me. That's problematic. Alright, so we've done enough repairs that we should have a full lance available to us now. Let's do this stubborn surrender, but let's wait the extra day. So we'll have the other fire starter, because this is an urban mission, and I want to have at least a couple mechs with jump jets in the urban missions. All right, so let's do that. All right. Shadowhawk, Shadowhawk, Shadowhawk. Firestarter Omni. And we'll take the Phoenix. Alright, we've got some pilots out due to injury. We'll take Flatline. Flatline would be a good pilot for the Phoenix Hawk because he's an energy master. So let's deploy. Alright guys, I would say urban is the one space that I really appreciate ideas from the crowd. So if you see anything in this next mission that you feel would be of strategic value to me and you want to give me feedback, please do so. I like to consider myself open to backseat mech driving, which basically means if anybody has some ideas on how I can accomplish something in a mission, let me know and I'm happy to take those under advisement. I'll never promise to always do what you guys suggest, but you know, I think the best mech commanders are those that are open to learning. I mean, I've played this game probably 3,600 hours, give or take, and I still learn all the time on this game. Especially with mods, you're always learning new techniques and new abilities. So please feel free to chime in if you see something that would be helpful in this stubborn surrender mission.
Command interface initiated.
Hey Death and Jest, how's it going? Thank you for coming back. We have a stubborn surrender mission in the city. Alright.
Hey guys, let's go to a bar after the mission. I know a place.
Oh. Tex knows a bar that we can go to
Alright,
after we
let's get
complete
down
this
to
mission.
it.
That's always good. Alright, let's
Alright,
head
let's
towards
get
the
down to
enemy.
it.
We'll see if there's reinforcements in this mission or not. Alright, let's sprint our Phoenix Hawk and our Firestarter to the flanks so they can do some flanking and scouting for us. That's what they're there for. Alright, we got enemy contact. Oh! Hidden vehicles. Oh boy. That's not fair. My poor fire starter
Minimal damage.
was just walking down the road, minding its own business, and then it got wrecked by some vehicles. Alright. Alright. If that's the way you want to be. Alright, let's take the fire starter. Jump it to safety. On top of a building. And we'll brace. That's basically all the damage I can let that fire starter take now. Alright. Good news is those vehicles are nice and close to us, so let's kick. Let's see if we can't get rid of these vehicles as quickly as possible. Nice melee there. That Hetzer must have a nasty weapon on it because it wrecked my fire starter with one shot.
I hear ya.
Alright. What does this Hetzer have on it? Alright, let's get my
I lead.
blackjack on top of a building so it has an advantage in accuracy. And let's see if we can't get rid of this Hetzer before it shoots anybody else. Oh, it's got an AC-20 on it. Yeah, that'll ruin a fire starter really quickly. Alright, we got rid of that AC-20. That's good.
I feel bad about shooting the little guys.
Always, it's not just about your opponent, it's the weapons that they have. And an AC-20 at close range, you want to get rid of that thing as quickly as you can. I don't care if it's on a Herbie, on a vehicle, as we saw there. An AC-20 at close range is something that you need to get rid of as quickly as you can.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Let's get rid of these.
All right.
I don't like these vehicle ambushes as much as they used to have. In an earlier version of this mod, they would have infantry which attacked you from the buildings, which makes sense. But I don't know how I believe that vehicles are going to attack you from inside of the building. I like the infantry concept a lot more. Alright, there we go. Alright, we've cleared out those vehicles so we can get back on the job of heading towards these enemy targets. But I don't like the fact that it did so much damage to my fire starter.
I can see why people enjoy this line of work.
Alright, fire starter. Alright, let's start pushing you towards the enemy.
Firing jump jet.
I'm gonna have to keep the fire starter evasive, and I'm gonna have to be very careful about how I use the fire starter for the rest of this mission,
Round up.
because it's already taken some serious damage here, especially on one of the legs. Now fortunately the fire starter has embedded jump jets, so it can still move around with its jump jets, but alright, speaking of which, we need to get our blackjack down on the ground so we can move towards the enemy.
What do you need?
Alright, Phoenix Hawk, let's keep moving to this side of the enemy force so we can get into flanking position.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, everybody else will push down on the main road.
Let's make some bad decisions in high speed. I'm on the clock. What do you want? Let's make some bad decisions in high speed.
I have to say, once I got a nice solid core of Shadowhawks, that made this playthrough a lot easier. Oh, we got a 70-tonner. I would like it if that 70-tonner is a grasshopper.
Orders.
Grasshoppers are easily one of my favorite mechs, and I would love to put a grasshopper together here.
Roger that.
Alright, let's see if we can get vision. No, no vision yet on that enemy vehicle, or mech.
Ready, Commander.
That's the only mech that I'm seeing right now. I hope that isn't the only target. The 70-tonner is not gonna be worth the drop cost here.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, let's actually, let's have the Blackjack go with the Phoenix Hawk to provide some fire support.
Yes, Commander.
Hopefully we could set up a crossfire on this enemy vehicle. Alright, let's keep pushing the Phoenix Hawk. Trying to get these enemies boxed in. So we have a 70-tonner and a 50-tonner. Yes, I agree. The Shadowhawk is a really solid mech all the way around.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
It's a good starting point from a
Let's make some
medium
bad
lance
decisions
build
now.
is a Shadowhawk. Alright, we got an Avatar. Avatar is great salvage. And a Star Slayer. Not so excited about the Star Slayer. Alright, let's do a precision strike on the Avatar. Avatars have a lot of firepower because they're an Omni mech, and they have lots of flexibility. So let's see if we can get this Avatar down as quickly as possible.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, sniper artillery.
Alright, let's
Alright,
get
sniper artillery's in a really good position here. Alright, if I do a direct shot at the Avatar, we have a 69% chance. Let's do a precision strike to increase that to 88%. We'll go for one of the legs. Boom! Alright, nice hit on that Avatar. Alright, so both mechs should be suffering
Well, it
from
looks like
heat problems
somebody's
now.
asshole.
That's good for us. I made a good decision as I have two Shadowhawks in my lance. Yeah, Shadowhawks are very solid
I'm fucking angry.
mechs. You know, in the description, they say the Shadowhawk is a master of all, is a jack of all trades, but doesn't do any one thing well. But the truth of the matter is you can modify a Shadowhawk to do something well. So, for example, you want a sniper, you can turn a Shadowhawk into a sniper. If you want a brawler, you can turn a Shadowhawk into a brawler. So, Shadowhawks have a lot of flexibility. Alright, let's sprint in our
No shooting.
fire
just
starter.
running.
I'm trying to get into the rear of... Oh, we have another enemy target here. Oh, that's the Star Slayer. Oh, but we do have a 75-tonner here. Alright, yeah, we'll take this shot at the Star Slayer here. No luck, but that's fine. Alright.
Ready, Commander.
Yeah, I mean, my playthrough is taking a very long time because I'm requiring myself to get 5 mech parts
Round up.
to put together a mech. So it's going to lend itself to a very long playthrough. Alright, we got our Avatar here. Let's do Precision Strike. And go after the leg here. Star Slayer's jumping into the heat. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why a mech would jump into the fire. That was a bad decision.
I hear ya.
Alright, Blackjack. Alright, can you... No. Alright, Alright, let's have you sprint one more turn here. And then I'll have him jump on top of the building the next round, so he can do some sniping.
Yep.
Alright, Phoenix Hawk, it's time for you to get into this fight. Alright. Do some sniping at long range on this avatar. Very nice. Good hits there.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, Shadowhawk.
All right.
With your Goss,
get
let's
down
push
to it.
in and keep hitting this avatar. I'd love to take out a leg here. I want to maximize salvage on this avatar. Avatars are very solid
I'm on the clock.
omni-mechs.
What do you want?
I like them quite a bit.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, we got our Inferno Artillery. Let's do indirect fire. And we'll shoot at the avatar again.
One attitude.
Trying to keep that avatar overheated. Alright, good hits there. You know, these sniper shots cost me 1,500 C-bills per round, but they're worth their weight in gold if they can cause overheating damage to multiple mechs. It's a no-brainer. Ouch. There's that avatar. Got in a solid hit on us there. Fortunately, I think we're... Oh, that's a Dragonfire. I've never seen a Dragonfire before. So that's a newer mech that I think was recently added to the mod. The Dragonfire is basically an upgraded dragon. Go figure. Something called the Dragonfire is an upgraded dragon. Thank you for that useless information. But in all seriousness, it is. So it has a little bit more firepower, even though it doesn't look like a dragon, but that's what it's supposed to be based off of in the mech lore. Alright, let's hit this avatar on the leg. Trying to get rid of a leg on this avatar so we can maximize salvage.
Scored a critical hit.
Alright, Star Slayer is jumping, which is good. The AI using the jump jets makes sense there, but
Let's go from the bank.
if you're going to jump, why are you going to jump and then get into the fire? Alright, let's pull back this Shadowhawk a little because it took some hard hits there. Let's do Warlord. And... hey. What the... can I see my weapons? There we go. Alright, so let's just do the MRM-20 here. We'll take a round to cool down.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, Blackjack, now you can jump on top of this building, and you're going to have a really good sniper post. And, ooh, let's hit this avatar with these ERPPCs,
Roger
please.
that. Firing on target.
Nice hits there.
Standing by.
Alright, Phoenix Hawk. You need to keep jumping towards the enemy flank. And let's keep hitting this avatar. At some point, one of these legs has to break off. Come on. Not that round.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, Gauss rifle, push up.
All right, let's get down to it.
Oh, we only have a shot on a Star Slayer. Alright, we'll take that shot.
One attitude adjustment.
Alright, some good hits there. Anybody has any feedback on how I should keep working on this mission, let me know.
Alright, let's get down to
I
it.
definitely want to get some heat onto this this dragon fire here. It's got a lot of firepower, but the hit percent chance is not good. So I guess we have to shoot at this avatar again. Hopefully some splash damage will get onto that dragon fire.
Well, who needed salvage anyways?
Just made it. Oh, I must be on the wrong side of the map. I haven't seen those mechs before. Are you talking about the dragon fire? I mean, the dragon fire
Just go from the
historically is a House Kurita mech because it's based on the dragon. So, as you can see, it's very stylized towards the dragon, which is House Kurita. So, alright, Firestarter took a hard hit there, and we're gonna get knocked down. Darn it.
I'm gonna need a medic.
I'm not worried about the mech, I'm worried about injuries. Alright, these guys are being pretty aggressive here. Given this fact that they're surrounded and outnumbered, you think they would be a
I
little
can see why people enjoyed this
more
line of
conservative.
work.
Alright. Firestarter.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm
Firestarter.
up, boss.
We can't move you. Let's try to move you to cover. Alright, let's put the Firestarter behind the building here. He needs a round out of the fight. Alright, Starslayer's jumping. Again, he's just jumping, and then he's jumping into the fire, which makes no sense to me. I don't know why. Oh, Skewed One, you haven't seen the Dragonfire avatar in Starslayer? Well, I mean, really all sides, where you are on the map has a small input on where you see the enemy mechs, but really it's a lot of random chance. Alright, we got a precision strike available. Can we take out this leg on this avatar? That would be really nice. Alright, there we go. Leg damage there on that avatar. It's overheated, it's got knocked down. Broken ribs.
What can I do for you?
Broken ribs, that's always good. Alright, alright, let's keep our blackjack jumping. And ooh, alright, so we're gonna go after the other leg on the avatar.
Right, Commander.
See if we can finish this avatar off quickly. There we go. Alright, how many parts did we get off? Ooh, 3 parts off the avatar. That's good.
Waiting for orders.
That's good salvage right there. Right, Phoenix Hawk. Alright, let's jump to keep you evasive. Let's get a little closer to the enemy.
Here we go.
And yeah, we'll just backstab the Starslayer here.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
I just saw a news alert that there was a significant earthquake on the east coast of the United States, which is very unusual for the east coast of the United States. It does not suffer a lot of earthquakes. Here in where I am in California, earthquakes are... I don't care about salvage on the Starslayer, so we'll just go center torso.
Attitude adjustment.
Finish the Starslayer off. Not quite. But here in California,
What do you want?
earthquakes are a regular occurrence. We don't get out of bed unless there's a really serious earthquake.
Let's make some bad decisions.
I can't tell you how many times there's an earthquake and I just roll over and go back to sleep. It's a pretty common occurrence. Alright, sniper artillery. Alright, let's hit the dragon fire. I'm trying to get as many mechs with these inferno shots as we can. So there, we got damage on the dragon fire, and we increased the area of this fireball. Now, if I was playing the enemy here, oh wow, nasty shot on our Shadowhawk there. As you can see,
Lost a weapon.
that dragon fire has a lot of firepower. It's a very powerful mech for its tonnage. All right, that was
I
nasty.
just dropped my coffee and I'm fucking.
All right, so this dragon fire overheated. What? Let's see. So we got. Oh, so we got 2 dragon fires on this map. We could put together a dragon fire here if we're really lucky. And a dragon fire would be really nice salvage here.
Copy that.
Alright. I like the Avatar, but I like the dragon fire a lot more. It's a really nice energy mech. Alright, there goes one dragon fire with 1 salvageable part. That sucks. Alright. Alright, our Shadowhawk is really taking a beating here.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, so let's push up our other Shadowhawk to do a little
Moving, Commander.
tanking. Right, I have that undamaged Shadow Dragonfire back there. But I think we should get rid of a enemy mech here. So let's do a precision strike on the Star Slayer here. I'm just trying to get rid of the Star Slayer. I don't care about salvage on Star Slayer, so let's just get rid of it. Oh, 4 salvageable parts on the mech that I don't care about.
Waiting on you, Commander.
That's always the way. Always the way. Alright, our Blackjack has no shot here, so
Taking
we'll
the high
just
road.
move it closer to the enemy and cool off for a round.
Aye, aye.
Alright, Phoenix Hawk, you need to drill this
On my way.
Dragonfire in the rear with everything you've
Copy
got.
that.
Oh!
Target eliminated.
Wow. Oh, we got 4 salvageable parts. Alright.
Mission
Well, that was a quick
successful.
end of the mission. So the Dragonfire, theoretically, we could put a Dragonfire together. As you can see, one of the weaknesses of the Dragonfire is its rear armor is very poor. So you have to use it very carefully, but as you saw, it has a lot of firepower. So let's see, we're probably going to take as many Dragonfire parts as we can. Ooh, alright, so we got 1 injury for 42 days. That hurts. It'll be nice if they wind up bundled. The Dragonfire parts? Unfortunately, it won't. Alright, so we're going to take our 3 Dragonfire parts. Are you saying if hopefully we'll get the Dragonfire parts as part of our salvage? Let's see. We don't have a good chance. Let's see what happens here. Alright, so we got Dragonfire, 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 Dragonfire. We just put together a mech from 1 mission. That is so lucky. Star Slayer, Ultra Cannon 5. Alright, we just got ourselves our first heavy mech. That was exciting. I can't believe we put a Dragonfire there. A skewed 1. We got really lucky there. So let's take a look at the Dragonfire. Let's put it together. That mission, to get a Dragonfire put together in 1 mission is so rare. With all the different mech types that you have in BattleTech Advanced now, it's so hard to put a mech together from one mission. Let's see. Alright, so let's take a look at this Dragonfire. Alright. Dragonfire. Alright, let's take a look at this Dragonfire. Alright, Dragonfire was designed in the 28th century but never made the transition from design to paper to an actual production model. The discovery of the Grey Death memory core gave Dragonfire a new lease on life. Powered by a 300 XL engine and built on endosteel structure, the Dragonfire carries an impressive arsenal: a Gauss rifle, LBX-10 autocannon for range punch, and ER large laser gives the secondary fire, and a pair of medium lasers cover close ranges. Wow, alright. This looks like it's going to be a fun mech to put together to play with, so let's take a look. Alright, let's look at our Dragonfire. This just looks like a cool mech. You've got 2 autocannons and it's supporting weapons. So I don't really need this Dragonfire right now. I'd like to start maxing it out. So what can we do? So we have the LBX AC-10. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to take the large pulses off here. And we're going to switch that out for an ER medium laser and a medium laser. Okay, so that gives us some extra tonnage. Because what I want to do is I want to take this AC-10 off. And can we do this? I have a rotary AC-5. Let's put this rotary AC-5 on this mech. I like the rotary AC-5 more than I like the LBX-10. Let's take the... I can leave the Gauss ammo where it is. It's not going to explode. Alright, so let's look at rotary AC-5 ammo. I should have some. If I'm not mistaken. Yes. So we're going to put in 2 tons of rack. Alright. We've got 2 tons left. Alright, let's look at our... We have this ER large laser. I'm not a fan of that ER large laser. Can we do something? Oh, alright, so let's take off that regular ER large laser and put on a clan ER large laser. I like that. Alright. What if we take off... we do have a little room. What if we get ourselves some extra tonnage here. Let's take off this ER medium laser. And... let's see. I could do a large... No, I can't do a large pulse. I guess I'll do this other ER large laser in the center torso. Alright, let's do a... I'd like to do something to manage my heat a little better. Okay, so let's take this ER medium laser, move it over there, That should give us some pod space to put in a double heat sink. And we'll adjust our tonnage. And that looks like a pretty solid 75 tonner to me. I don't think it's giving the firepower enough credit here, because I think the rotary AC-5 combined with the Gauss rifle and the two large lasers are going to make this a pretty interesting build. So let's stick with that for now.
Right.
I think that's a pretty solid build for our first heavy. Excited to get that. Does it have cup holders? I don't know if it has cup holders. That's a good question. All right, so our Shadowhawk here, all it lost was our medium X pulse. So what can we replace that with? I guess we can just do 2 medium lasers here. Yeah, that's fine. Not a big deal. Right, our fire starter needs a refit. Oh, did you happen to catch Dove's stream last night? Yeah, I watched Bloody Dove's stream last night, Skewed One. Did you watch it? If so, I can give you some of the highlights on what was discussed on the stream. So, those of you that are new to BattleTech Advanced, one of the developers is named Bloody Doves, and he does, I think, about 5 or 6 streams a week where he goes through not only gameplay, but he also talks about what he's going to do. And what he does in those streams is he highlights, he's basically playing his developmental version of the mod, which is usually a version or 2 ahead of what we have released. So, Skewed One, the biggest thing that came out of Bloody Dove's stream was the fact that he's looking at changing called shot and precision strike so that it's a little more difficult, that you can't always target where on the enemy mech your shots are going to land. You're going to have an increase in accuracy still, but you're not going to be able to choose the location where you hit the enemy mech. Just because I know he's never been a fan of precision strike. He thinks it's a little too easy to use, which I agree. So I think making precision strike something that you work up to as a skill, I think will be really cool. So I think that's a good option. All right, so let's look at our pilots. We probably have some pilots that we need to upgrade here. So let's do that real quick. All right, Bloody Dove, speak of the devil. Let's increase your guts.
Mech Warrior training complete.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Same thing with you, Cold Fire.
Training confirmed, Commander.
I'm here.
And Flatline will increase your
Training
piloting.
Yeah, Commander.
Floppy will give you multi-target.
Mech Warrior training complete.
What do you need, Commander?
All right, our commander will increase his piloting.
Training confirmed, Commander.
So that was the big update from Bloody Doves last night, was the fact that he's looking at ways to play around with called shot to make it more of a skill instead of an automatic.
Aye,
Commander.
Or he said you could either gain the skill to get precision strike, or you can get a component that gives you precision strike. All right, our sensor locker is going to be out for 42 days. That is not nice. Not nice at all.
Commander.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Let's give Tex a little bit better
Mech Warrior
piloting.
training complete.
Skewed One says that could be interesting. Did he mean putting called shot in the skill tree? Or I think what he's going to do is you can either get
Orders.
called shot as part of a skill tree decision, or Wolfbane's is going to be out for 50 days. Or you can get a
Training
component.
confirmed, Commander.
So you would either select it as a skill, or you could get a targeting computer that would give you the ability to have that accuracy buff.
Training complete.
Right, so both my sensor lockers are out for a significant period of time. Alright, that's going to be challenging. Alright, let's look at our repairs. We definitely need some more mechs. Let's see. Alright, so we have a fire starter in 2 days, a raven in 2 days. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mechs available. You know what? I'm going to wait the 2 days for that Omni fire starter.
That work order's complete, boss.
Alright.
Top-notch work, if I may say so.
So engineering needs some more work. I have some tough choices here. I can either do the med bay, or I can get the other mech bay. But given the fact that injuries are becoming a serious problem, I'm going to get the med bay upgrade here. Normally I wait for the mech bay until the last upgrades, but since injuries are becoming such a big problem, let's look at our injuries right now. So we have Harmony out for 26 days, Scrub for 41, Sarge for 49, and Wolfbane's for 49 days. So injuries are becoming harder. Yep, I agree. Go with med. Injuries are becoming a bigger issue than my mechs right now. All right, so let's take a mission. I think we have one more mission on this planet before we travel, which would be good. Oh, we have 2 more missions left. All right, so we have a recovery mission or a repossession mission. I hate repossession missions. Skewed one, is it me, or is repossession usually not worth the trouble? It's usually a mission where you end up with a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and take the carrier mission, and then we'll decide if we want to do the repossession mission on the other side of this. All right, so we lost one of our Shadowhawks to repairs. All right, so we'll just move everybody over. Coldfire needs to stay with the Blackjack because it's an energy build. All right, we can take the old Blackjack and put Tex in it because he is a ballistics master. And we'll put the Owens into action here. And who should we put in the Owens? Let's put Tainted Loki into the Owens. Let's see. The skewed one says he does not like the repossession missions either. Usually with repossession, you end up getting a whole lot of damage, and the salvage, most of it is vehicles, so it's not really very helpful to you. We'll see if we want to take that mission or not before we travel. Alright, let's begin this mission.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, so with a recovery mission, we need to take one of our mechs to the objective as quickly as possible. Alright, wow. We got a nice distance to travel before we get to the enemy base here.
Well,
All
this
right.
is a hellhole.
Alright, so we gotta go through this valley. This doesn't look like a place for an ambush at all, does it? I'm telling you. We're probably gonna see a enemy reinforcements wave
All right.
while we
let's get
travel
down to
through
it.
this valley here.
Moving, Commander.
This looks completely
Moving out.
like it's an ambush
All right.
scenario.
Let's get down to it.
Alright, so our Owens is going to be the mech that we send in to get the virus. And we'll send everybody else towards the objective as quickly as possible.
All right. Let's get down to it.
Right, we're a little light on tankers because we took 2 blackjacks
All
on
right.
this mission.
Let's
So
get down to it.
we're going to have to...
Heading out.
We're definitely using a lot of our second tier mechs right now. Alright. Looks like we're going to get through this valley before we... Oh, turrets. Is that turrets? Yep. Looks like we've got turrets to deal with here. Which is fine.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, let's use our Owens to sprint to the objective and give us as much vision as possible
Affirmative.
on what we're up against here. Alright, so we've got a weapons carrier, an Ontos, and some mystery defenders there. Alright, so let's get a tag on this weapons carrier. Okay, good. Alright, fortunately we have the sniper artillery with us to give us some
Ready, Commander.
long-range fire support. Speaking of which, now that we have that tag on that weapons carrier, we should have a decent hit percent chance on this weapons carrier. 43%. Let's actually do Warlord here. That'll increase our accuracy substantially. And let's put some
Sending message.
Inferno on that weapons carrier.
I hear ya.
Hopefully that will cause it to self-destruct. One of them threw fast cam at you. Yep, they did.
I'm on the clock.
Question is, where did the fast cam land? Fast cam is always...
Let's make some bad
Fast cam always feels like it hurts me a lot more than it hurts the AI. So something has some artillery out there. Probably the Ontos should have an artillery piece, I think. Okay, let's brace.
Orders.
Alright, Phoenix Hawk. Let's sprint you in,
Got it.
because you can stay evasive. So let's keep you sprinted. Oh, there's the landmines. So they put the landmines right in this valley where I thought the ambush would come from. That makes sense. That's what I would do too.
clock. What do you want?
So then the question becomes, how much do we want to push into this valley? Because we're going to end up getting a lot of mine damage.
High speed.
Alright. Oh, there we go. There you go. We're getting landmine damage. Not ideal. Alright. Let's see if we can hit this weapons carrier. I was hoping for some ammo explosions there.
Yep.
Alright, Owens. Let's sprint in. We'll try to achieve our objective as quickly as possible. Alright. Don't need your instruments to follow a giant titanium battle mech, just eyeball it. Okay. Alright. so let's see if we could finish off this weapons carrier here. I'm going to overheat a little bit. It might be worth it. Nope, we didn't hit any ammo there, unfortunately.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, let's push up with our sniper artillery.
We're out of love.
Alright, so we got a weapons carrier up there. Let's see what's on this Ontos here. Oh, just a bunch of medium lasers. This is probably what shot the fast cam. Nope, it's got AC2s. Alright, what shot the fast cam? Here it is. The Chaparral artillery tank must be using fast cam ammo. Hit percentage is lousy here, though. All right, let's just do a shape charge on this weapons carrier here. See if we can finish it off.
Engaging primary target.
All right, there we go. There goes that weapons carrier. Not bad.
Roll her down.
What can I do for you?
Alright, Blackjack. Alright, let's get the Blackjack into position to provide some fire support. Okay. Not the best shots here, but we'll go after that artillery. Oh, that was the worst shot I've ever seen. I understand that we had a 50% chance of hitting the target, but at least make it look like it was close. That was horrible. Alright, let's see if Tex can do better here with our old Blackjack. Alright, it can hit that weapons carrier. Oh my gosh, another horrible shot. Alright, that's not going to get it done. That is not going to get it done at all, folks. Alright, let's just sprint in here, because I want to get as close to the enemy as possible. And... Alright, let's go after this carrier again. Alright, almost finished off that weapons carrier.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright. Let's push up. We're probably going to get some mine damage here. Nope, we didn't. Alright, that was fortunate. Alright, let's see if we can finish off this weapons carrier here. If we just get a couple MRM hits, we should be able to finish it off. Maybe. No. Could be worse. I nearly cored an ally with a stray Goss to the back a few days ago. Yeah, that happens too. You know, you always have to remember, sometimes with this game, we forget that this game is where pilots are moving at high speed to engage enemies. So it's not as slow paced as we like to believe it is, just because we're playing a turn-based strategy game. I always like to pretend as if we're actually doing this in real time and try to think about how speed is actually a component of this game, even though sometimes it's understated because it's a turn-based game. Alright, here comes that arrow launcher. Oh, he didn't shoot the arrow.
The asset is under fire.
Okay, I would have thought he would have shot the arrow at us there. Alright, let's keep pushing up.
We're out of love.
Alright, so... Alright, let's see if we can get some fire into this artillery tank, because it does increase the chances that it will have an ammo explosion. So let's do that.
My mech is overheating.
I hear ya.
Alright, Blackjack, do you have a target? Do you have a target? Yep.
Going turbo.
Right, you can go after the Chaparral. 50-50 shot here. That looks good. Yes, nice hit. Nice hit there.
I'm on the clock. What do you
Right,
want?
let's move up with our AC Blackjack. See if we can... Now, theoretically, that PPC put a hole in the armor of this artillery tank. So if we follow it up, even with an AC2 shot that
Let's
hits
see if I'm sober enough to line this up.
inside, we can get an explosion. That didn't happen there, but it could have.
Salvage anyways.
What do you need?
All right, Phoenix Hawk. All right.
Up high.
Let's see if we can get rid of this artillery piece here.
Acknowledge.
There we go. That was the largest threat on the map. So that's done.
That's one less vehicle.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Shadowhawk, let's push up. This tank has a lot of armor and it has a lot of medium lasers. So we want to get rid of this thing as quickly as we can.
Let's see if I'm sober enough.
Alright, as you can see, that thing has a lot of armor. Alright, it's gonna hit.
Ah, I can see why people enjoy
Huh,
this
it
lab.
didn't fire. I have no idea why that vehicle didn't shoot. It should have shot at us. Alright, let's move the
Copy that.
primary objective towards the evac point, just to be on the safe side.
Ready, Commander.
Alright. Sniper artillery. Alright, we'll go for a shape charge here. Direct. And of course, we just blew up a building. Oh man, I hurt my own Shadowhawk. Or my own
Losing
Phoenix Hawk there. Not good.
What can I do for you?
Not a good use of a shape charge.
I leap. I soar.
Let's see if we can get some ERPPC shots in here.
Affirmative.
Alright, structure exposed.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, we want to get rid of this thing as quickly as possible before it can shoot again at us. Because it does have a lot of medium lasers.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up.
Alright, can we get an ammo explosion perhaps? No.
Well, who needed salvage anyways?
Nope, nope, nope.
Standing by.
Okay, but we can stomp on it. That's good. Let's do a kick here so we can shoot our weapons as well. The skewed one gave me that tip. If your weapons are on your arms, you want to go for a kick instead of a punch, because then you can actually use your weapons, as you saw there. Right, pretty smooth mission.
Mission successful.
Mission successful. All right. So skewed one, you got home from work and you're just kind of unwinding before you go to bed, right? And then you work the night shift this evening. How do you like working nights? I always thought it would be nice to work nights because then during the day you have time to do all the things that you would normally want to do. As long as you can get used to sleeping during the day, I'm assuming working nights would be nice. Ooh, we'll take that Arrow 4 launcher. Very nice. We're just looking at components here. I don't need AC2s. I don't really need medium lasers either. Ooh, I'll take this ballistic computer and this indirect computer. And you know what? Call me crazy. I'll take the arrow ammo. Alright, so that gives me... I got the AC2s. We got the Arrow 4 LRM-5s. Whole bunch of medium lasers. Some cores and the ballistic computer. So that was a pretty good haul of components there. So Skewed One says he can stay up late and get stuff done as soon as places open, or he can wake up early to do things before I do the work type stuff. Yeah, I've never worked nights, but I think I would be fine with it. I don't think it would be a problem for me. I can sleep and stay awake pretty much whenever I want to. So for example, I can drink a whole bunch of coffee and go right to sleep. It's never been a problem for me. I can also get up early without any problems at all. So I think working nights would be good for me. All right, so we have a decision to make here. We have one more mission here. Do we take this repossession mission, which is usually pretty dangerous, or do we just skip this mission? I'm inclined to skip this mission and travel to another planet. Anybody have any thoughts? I think we're in a good place to just skip this mission and go to another planet. So, anybody has any feedback, let me know. If you really want to see this mission, I will do it. But I have a feeling we're going to take a lot of damage on this mission. And most of the salvage is vehicles. So that doesn't really help us very much. Personally, you would travel a Skewed One. I think I'm going to do that as well. So before we travel, is there anything we want to do on our mechs? All right, let's take a quick look at our mechs that are not already being serviced here. I think this Shadowhawk is fine. There's not too much more we can do to it. Yeah, alright, so that Shadowhawk is fine. Let's look at this Shadowhawk 6S. Is there something we want to do? I think the 6X is with the sniper. What I could do is I could put an XL engine into this Shadowhawk. I could do that. So if we do that, so let's take the XL engine. Oh, not enough slots. Okay, so I would have to give up. I don't know if it makes sense to make any changes. We'll just leave this as is. But I could put in a indirect fire +2 accuracy for indirect fire. I think we should put this in. Now I have to give up something from a tonnage standpoint. But I think since this is primarily a artillery piece anyways, I'm willing to give up, for example, the medium laser here, and we could put in the indirect computer to increase the accuracy for our sniper fire. You know, one more medium laser isn't really going to help us with this Shadowhawk anyways. So I think that's a good change for us. So that'll increase the accuracy of our artillery, which I think is pretty valuable. I don't think there's anything we need to do with these other mechs, so let's go ahead and travel. Alright. Alright, so I need some help from the team here. You're all part of our team. We've been doing 2.5 skull missions. I feel like we can go up to 3 skulls now. What does everybody think? Do you think we can go with 3 skulls? I think we're in a good place to do a 3 skull mission. 3 skull planet here. We can go to this nice Terran 3 skull planet. I think that's what we should do. Does everybody agree that we can handle 3 skull missions now? I think we can. If I can get a thumbs up in the chat, we'll go for this 3 skull planet. We could go for another 2.5 skull planet, but I think we're at the point where we need to start pushing the envelope here. So I think we need to do 3 skulls. Let me know your thoughts. I just need one person to give me the thumbs up for the 3 skull planet, and we'll travel. We should have the time to do at least 1 or maybe 2 more missions here. Actually, we could probably do 2 more missions. Alright, we can always give it a try. Don't really know till we try. Go for it. Okay, we're going for the 3 skull planet. Thank you for the feedback, guys.
Course plotted.
Alright.
Ready to go over financials whenever you are.
Alright, we actually have a pretty good cushion financially. I don't want to increase our expenses, though. So we're going to keep it at normal. I'd rather put our resources into upgrading our morale with a component instead of purchasing a temporary buff. Alright, good as new. Harmony hops off the bed as you enter the mech bay. Commander, it's a miracle. I'm good thanks to this little-known natural remedy. Order Harmony to stay and complete his treatment. Order the med techs to analyze Harmony's natural remedy. Authorize Harmony's early release. I think Harmony should stay and finish his recovery. We're still traveling anyways, so I think we're going to have Harmony stay in the mech bay. Okay.
That work order you submitted?
Alright, all of our work orders are completed, so that means, everybody, we've got our brand new Dragonfire to play with. I'm excited about that. Let's organize our mechs a little better here, based on tonnage. We also have a Wolverine that we haven't used yet, so I like to keep my mechs organized by tonnage. I know this is a little anal here, but it just makes it easier to look at your options. So let's actually go ahead and finish our travel. We should have some of our pilots back, hopefully. All right. Oh, you never know how to handle that event? I mean, all of the events are designed to be random. So you can just make an educated guess. Sometimes I'll choose the same thing and you'll have 3 different outcomes. So, all right, so our Med Bay 2 is complete. That should help with our healing for our pilots. All right, let's go back to engineering. All right, what should we do? I'm thinking we should increase our drop size. It's going to cost us 1 million C-bills. But I think as we increase in difficulty, we're going to want to have an extra mech available. So let's do that. Alright, we're running out on money again, but we've made some good upgrades to the Argo. Alright, Corridor Bocce. I want to put an end to the bocce ball. Flatline and Saberwolf are calling it Corridor Bocce. I shut it down as a matter of discipline. You turn to Darius. How much trouble could the game have caused? They're playing in unused corridors, so not much, but it was only a matter of time before something or someone got damaged. We should really repair the gym in Beta Pod instead. Alright, so I think we should do one last public game. Yeah, so we got morale increased by 1. And we don't risk injuries, so that was a good choice. Alright.
Waypoint reached, Commander.
Alright, we have a new location. So the first things I like to do after I travel is look at the hiring hall, especially now that injuries are a significant concern. I can't get enough pilots right now. Ooh, Repo looks
Waiting
pretty
for orders.
interesting here. I think we should hire a Repo. Does anybody disagree? I think she would be a good addition. She's got good gunnery, good guts, and we can upgrade all of her other skills. I think this would be a good purchase for us as a backup pilot. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
New mech warriors available.
Crack shot.
Aye, aye.
I don't
Ready
see
for
anybody
orders.
else here that looks
they go.
really worth hiring right now. So we'll just take that one pilot. All right, let's pick a mission. All right, guys. So we have a duel, logistical breakdown, protect the mechs, Vanguard, drop interception, backyard barbecue, or heavy static. I think we should do the last minute replacement mission. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to take our new Dragonfire so we can give it a test drive. And then I'm going to actually take my Shadowhawk with artillery. Where is it? Where is it? Is it already there? Okay, so we're going to take our Shadowhawk with artillery, and then we'll take our Dragonfire for this. I think this is going to be a good combination. Alright, I probably should have switched pilots instead of taking Bloody Doves, but I think we'll be fine. I feel like I should always take Bloody Doves just out of respect for our developer of this mod. Whenever he's available, I think he should be in our lance. It's just a nice thing. Yeah, I can't say enough nice things about Bloody Doves, and really everybody who works on this mod. It's not just Bloody Doves, because it's a combination of multiple mods. But, you know, anybody who spends their time working on a mod really is doing it for the good of the community, so hats off to them. Alright, let's go. This should be a nice, quick mission.
Command interface.
Alright, so we're in the
initiated.
arena instead of out in the open.
These trees remind me of home.
Alright, let's start out with our Shadowhawk. So we can get some...
Moving, Commander.
Alright, we'll push out our Dragonfire. The Dragonfire is a little slow. That's the one negative about it. Alright, so we have... Ooh, we've got a Black Knight and an Orion. That's some good salvage. That is some good salvage there. Okay, so Bloody Doves.
Ready, Commander.
Let's get you in the rear where you can be protected. And let's start putting down some fire. All right, let's put it right about here.
Sending a message.
Let's get some inferno going. Start overheating that enemy just a little
On
bit.
the clock. What do you want?
Since we have artillery in our favor, there's no reason for us to push towards the
Make some
enemy. So
bad
let's
decisions at high speed.
let's let the enemy come to us here. Because we could just keep hitting these guys with inferno artillery. Especially that Black Knight, because the Black Knight is going to have... you're going to pass out or I'll be a zombie at the lab tonight. Catch you later. No problem, Skewed One. Have a good day at work. I'm sure we'll see you soon. Alright, let's pull back the Shadowhawk a little bit.
Throttle up.
And we're going to do exactly the same thing. So we're going to do another attack the ground. We've got plenty of sniper ammo. So let's just keep
Sending a message.
focusing on overheating this enemy. Alright. Especially since there's a Black Knight, we want to make sure that we are overheating it as much as possible. Alright, let's start getting some shots in
Let's make some bad
with our fire
decisions
dragon.
at high speed.
Alright, so we got a precision strike available, so we can do a precision strike on the one of the legs here. Alright, we can hit it with the Gauss rifle, the rotary AC-5, and 2 ER large lasers. Not the best hit percent chance, but we'll take the shot here.
Let's see if I'm smart enough to clean this up.
Ooh, not what I was hoping for on that round. But that's okay. Because the enemy is going to be suffering some heat concerns here. Alright, we gotta protect the dragon fire. Okay. I don't want to suffer any structural damage on the dragon fire. So we're going to have to play this smart. Okay. Okay. Alright, so Bloody Doves, let's move up a little bit.
Moving, Commander.
Can we do a direct fire shot at the Orion? No, let's keep it indirect. We'll do a Battle Lord here. And let's hit the Orion with some more
Sending a message.
Inferno. Okay, increase the heat there a good amount.
I'm on the clock.
Alright,
What
our
do you
Dragon
want?
Fire, we can actually sprint back to some cover.
Let's make some bad decisions at high
Alright,
speed.
good. Alright, we can do another precision strike. Go after the leg here. We're gonna lose one of our ER large lasers. Let's see, can we... Yeah. Alright. Still a lot of firepower going into that leg. Alright, there we go. Good hits on that leg.
Who needed salvage anyways?
We're gonna keep going after the dragon fire. But that Black Knight is really risking overheating here.
Now who's done for
Using
everything
all of
we
its
are?
weapons when it's surrounded by fire. Okay, it's getting into the water, which makes sense.
Ready, Commander.
Alright. Let's push up. We're going to push up our Shadowhawk a little bit here. So we get a good shot at this Orion. Do a precision strike.
Engaging
See
primary
if we can
target.
hit directly on that Orion. Okay. Nice increase in heat there.
I'm on the clock.
Our
What do you
Dragon
want?
Fire. Let's pull it back.
All right, let's get down to it.
And we can take some shots at the Black Knight here.
See if I'm soon enough to line this up.
Alright, good hits on the Black Knight there.
Well, who needed salvage anyway?
Very nice. Ooh, alright. I'm really worried about getting structural damage on the Dragonfire. I do not want that, since I just put this thing together. Alright, the Orion's going to shoot its LRMs. I think we'll be okay there.
Now who's dumb for having all the armor?
Ready, Commander.
Alright, let's pull back the Shadowhawk a little bit.
Moving, Commander.
And we're going to keep hitting this Orion with the Inferno.
Engaging primary target.
Okay. Inferno, the Orion's now over the red line. Okay. We need to get rid of that Black Knight before we suffer too much structural damage here.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, so...
All right, let's get
Alright,
down
we got a
to it.
precision strike here. Okay. Alright, let's keep hitting this Black Knight in the leg, hopefully. Alright, there we go. There goes a leg on the Black Knight.
Well,
And down it goes. Nice injury. Alright, Orion, what are you going to do? Alright, the Orion is really risking shutdown here. Alright, we got some structural damage on our Shadowhawk.
Lost a component.
That's not the best
Ready, Commander.
situation. Alright, let's keep pulling back the Shadowhawk. And we're going to keep hitting the Orion with Inferno.
Engaging primary target.
Want to keep it overheated. Alright, Black Knight's going to get up. Hopefully it will not shoot at our Shadowhawk. Alright, it shot at the Dragonfire, but it missed. Okay.
I'm on the clock.
Alright,
What
let's
do
see
you
if we
want?
can finish off this Black Knight. We'll do another precision strike. I could go for the head. Yeah, let's go for the head here. Why not?
Let's see if I'm soon enough to line this up.
Alright, no luck on the head.
Well, who needed
Oh, we did
salvage
get a
anyway?
head hit though. Alright. Not enough to finish him off though.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, Shadowhawk. We're gonna pull back.
Moving, Commander.
We still have the ability to put a Inferno round in the general area of that Orion, so let's do that. No weapon can fire. What? Oh, alright, alright, we'll hit the Black Knight then. Why not? Oh, he ejected. Alright. Alright, the Orion's pushing up. He's going after our Dragonfire.
Now who's dumb for having
And he killed himself. Nice. Okay. Not too bad.
Successful.
We took out 2 heavier mechs. And we scratched our structure on one of our mechs. So not a bad exchange of damage there. Pretty nice, actually. Alright, We got a little bit of damage to our Shadowhawk. Not too bad. Alright. Do I want the Black Knight or the Orion? I think I have more Orion parts. So yeah, let's go with the Orion part and get lucky maybe. Black Knight and the Orion. And a core. Well, not bad for a quick mission. Not bad. We probably need a day of repair on our sniper rifle carrier, the Shadowhawk, but not too bad overall. And on that note, guys, I think we're going to wrap up this stream. We've got almost 3 hours of gameplay here today. I might be on later today. I am packing to move, so it might be a situation where I'm not able to get back on for another stream later. So we'll play that by ear. I will be back on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time in the US for some more Battletech Advanced. So we'll